Welcome to another Tecmo Tuesday. It is Tuesday, so it's time for more Tecmo. In this case, week number 10, where we're coming off our first loss of the season. It was one of those trap games. Washington Redskins or Washington football team, Washington whatever. They beat us. They caught us off guard. Even though, I will say, it was like I feel like we always got to watch out for those winless teams. We lost to them before in the past. So as a result, we're one game back from the Bills, who will be playing the week after this, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, our opponents the Jets, our opponents this week are 3 games back, and a win for them could put them, into the playoff mix, because if you look at the rest of the conference, there's just a lot of teams that are in that 500 or just above area. Even Miami's not totally out of the mix yet. A lot of luck can turn things around. Meanwhile, a quick look at the NFC. I try to look at the full landscape of the standings only after the week ends, as opposed to the beginning. I really just look at the opponents, ourselves and the opponent's schedule. So let's just see what happens here. We got the 49ers beating the Falcons, the Eagles losing to Miami. So Miami, like I said, kind of hangs in there. The Cowboys beat the Cardinals. The Bears lose to the Saints in overtime. And that puts us at our game against the Jets. I'm going to take a look at the conditions here. Of course, one of the biggest question marks is the status of our quarterback, because Jeff George got hurt in the last game. But, if he comes back, great. If not, then, we'll have to make do. But let's take a look at where everyone else is. Anthony Johnson, he's been, such a workhorse. He's obviously going to be in. And then as far as everybody else, it's kind of, I think I'm going to just stick with, do I have I have Toner in there. I'm going to put Potts back in. And then for receivers, Langhorne, I'm definitely leaving in. Hester is in bad. But if I'm not mistaken, he's still, even with that, he's still in a better spot. I think his ratings are still better. It's for the most part. So yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that team in there at the forefront. So hopefully, like I said, we get our quarterback back. And we don't. So it's going to be Trudeau in there again against the Jets. I'm not, totally lacking of confidence here in my backup. He's had his ups and downs. That is absolutely the case. But I'm not ready to just, it's certainly not oh shit, this guy is fast. Terrence Mathis. I don't chalk this up as any kind of, a major issue or anything. We just gotta overcome a bit of a hurdle. Oh, I juked I was trying to, I don't know what the hell was going on. I was like, I was juking to fake out the runner. I also didn't really, I underestimated the speed of of Buchanan, who I was in control of. I get a first down there with Johnny Johnson, who is a former Cardinal. Alright, it's only second. Oh wow, the second play in a row we blew it up and called it correctly. Let's see if we can make it a hat trick. It's split backs. I call it split backs pass play. Oh no, they're running it. No, they are. They have 2 split backs passes. I thought they only had the one. Oh, yeah, that's weird. All right, well, I guess it looks funkier on the when you look at the formation. I'll have to take a look at that again. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just maybe I was looking at it. It didn't take a not long enough of a look. Anyway, whatever. We're we got the ball now. Let's see what we can do with it. Oh God, everybody's covered. Yes! Oh, Trudeau fighting tackles. I think he's been known to do that in the past. Not in real life, but I mean like in these Tecmo seasons. I think he shrugged off like a handful of defenders in a row one time, and it was like, okay, yeah, that's the only time you'll ever see that. Oh, I don't know about. All right, you know what? That might have been a good block, because I was kind of throwing that up as a shot in the dark, and I really shouldn't be doing that when, you know, there's just an uncertainty of what's in front. I could very well have been picked. I wasn't gonna get past that. There was just too much in the way. Oh, he was... I don't know if I would say he was open, but he was... He was open to a point. Like, there were guys closing in on him, but I don't know if they would have necessarily gotten there in time, and Ron Stark just took a fucking shot just as he got the ball off. And with another great punt, we pinned them down inside the... well, right around the 10. So let me see. Oh, okay. So it's the first play action, not the second. The pass one, and they called pass one, which is a split backs. It just looks ridiculous. Like it doesn't look like that's the formation when you look at all the way the playbook is drawn, the way the play is arrowed out. I would have been pissed if he would have caught that. I just had this feeling like it was going to be one of those receptions that they catch it in a crowd. All right, another... I got to give a lot of credit to our D coordinator here at the outset. We're making a lot of good calls. And we get another 3 and out. Well, that wasn't a 3 and out. This is the first 3 and out. I mean, we got another stop. We forced another punt. However you want to articulate it. All right, so I mean, considering we have a backup quarterback in there, you know, it's good to see our defense making some stops because we may need more chances, and you know, defense and a running game, and Johnson looks pretty good here. I mean, he's in excellent condition, so it'd be good to get him some reps. Oh shit! All right, so he right after I say we got to get him some reps, he goes and fumbles it, but thankfully falls right into the hands of another Colt. I'm not sure who it was because the name didn't flash up. The play was killed off before I could see that, and that was a first down. That does. Oh no. Yeah, that was a tough one. These Jets are covering the shit out of my defenders. I mean, my receivers. I think it's going to be one of these kind of games, one of these hard-nosed, smash-mouth kind of defensive struggles. Especially if there's just... What the hell? It's not what I wanted to do. All right, I was just trying to break the tackle. I ended up tossing the ball. That is the opposite of what I wanted to do. All right, that one worked. All right, we're inside the 10. So it's first and goal in the 8. I'm gonna let the clock bleed a little bit. Give them as little time as possible when they get the ball, because they're gonna get the ball here no matter what happens. And it's gonna be on the first play, touchdown. Anthony Johnson's unquestionably been the on offense anyway, been the star of the show. And you know, with the history of the history of the series here with playing as the Colts, you know, the running game being the strength of the team has not been. Oh, it has not been. I lost my train of thought because I was concentrating on what was going on. Yeah, the running game has not been a strength generally necessarily for much of any part of time. And they're gonna go for a field goal here. They had 1 second to spare as they selected a field goal option. And we don't get the block. And they missed the kick. Alright. I was hoping not to give up any points on that drive. I mean, they only had a couple of plays. So, you know, they needed to get some nice chunks like that to give them a makeable field goal. And it was unfortunate that we even let him in that situation to begin with, but all's well that ends well. Now we've got the chance to score again here and do the old double dip. Even though it wasn't quite a double, double dip is generally you score with hardly any time, if any time at all, and then you score again. We scored with enough time left on the clock, but they didn't score themselves. Oh, no, once again, that was not what I was trying to do. Langhorne, maybe he can pull it off. He didn't. He was covered very well. Let's see, I'm going to do pass 3 here. Oh, no! That was way overthrown. What the hell? Alright, well, we're going to punt it. I mean, the runs seem to be our biggest threat. There we go. That's what a game like this, that where points are at a premium and field position's big, get a turnover. It's funny. I went to Potts just because he hasn't gotten many touches, but I should have called what I like a play I like to roll. Fall back on right after getting a turnover is to go for the jugular. Just like try to make him pay immediately for the turnover. But I went with I went the conservative route. I also decided to go, hey, let me go against my own grain here. Try not to become too predictable. Not that, the CPU knows what I do, necessarily. At the same time, I don't know. Oh, shit. Going to Cash. He's got him. Fuck. They cannot blame that one on Trudeau. Now, this is a quagmire of a situation here. It's like I'm too far away for a field goal. I mean, it's not too far away for a field goal. It's possible, but it's still a long ass field goal. And Tecmo kickers generally can kick further than I think you can kick up to a 70-yard field goal in this game. So it's not quite like real life, but regardless, it's still a long kick, and I'm also going to give them good field position if I miss. That being said, it's too close to punt. It's in that kind of no man's land. On top, it's like 4th and 4. It's also makeable to go for it, but I'm also not playing with my starting quarterback. Oh boy, what a situation here. I'm going for it. I'm gonna go for it. I think I like that option the most. I think I like putting the ball in Johnson's hands the most, and I think I like run 3, the outside run, as far as which one I think has the best chance of getting the 4 yards. Because I think the blocking set up pretty good there. It's a good bet for a moderate gain, but if they call the play and they'll blow it up in the backfield and it won't matter. But I still like my chances of that better than a missed field goal. Better than making a field goal. And on top of it, the reward is better than the risk. I also don't really want. I just don't want to punt it. I don't want to punt it. I'm gonna go for this run here. Oh man, I fucked myself by stepping out of bounds. Oh, damn it. I'm gonna be batshit if that comes back to haunt me. Ugh. I mean, I feel like I wasn't necessarily guaranteed to get that first down anyway. There were guys in front of me. But, man. He's got a guy on him. Alright. The drone was covering him. I really had to rely on the drone, but I knew he was covered. Oh, they're passing. They got guys open. Shit! And there's a touchdown. And they took it. They took advantage of the turnover. We got the blocked extra point, which we keep the lead because of it. But at the same time, that the point swing from that 4th down failed conversion just has a chance to be huge. So, but here's something else though: is that that block kick has a strong chance to be big because a touchdown makes it an 8-point game, and this is shit. I think he's got it. This is prior to the 2-point conversion. There is an 8-point. You have to kick the extra point. So, shit. Wow, I can't believe he caught that. So if I get the touchdown and make the kick, then it'll be a 2-score game and they'll be in some serious shit. Especially in a game like this with where points are a tough sledding. Oh boy, huge 3rd down here. This is massive. Alright, this is I'm gonna put the ball in Trudeau's hands. I'm gonna trust my backup. And he hits Langhorne right on the money. I think that we were bashing the defensive line. We were gashing them with the run. I mean, it didn't always work out, but it was working out in our favor. And they were anticipating another run. Or at least a moderate, like, intermediate pass at the most. Like, something where the goal was to get the first down. And really it was. I was mainly focused on moving the chains, but I saw that Langhorne was open. And if you leave Langhorne open, as long as I see that it's there, I'm going for that. Yeah, you can get those small chunk plays all you want at this point. That's not going to bother me at all. Because if you at this rate, if you keep doing that, you might score, but there'll be no time left. Of course, with my luck, there could be just enough time, like 15 seconds, just enough time for an onside kick, and then a quick play to break my back and make me humble. Whew, man. It's funny. It seems like this, Brad Baxter has been more of a thorn in my side over the years than any other Jets running back, including Johnny Johnson. Oh shit. I think Johnson would be the first running back. Did we get him back? Some reason I thought that the first down was a little bit further back than that. See, now, I mean, Tecmo logic isn't, the AI isn't incredibly sharp, but I think that if I would have, maybe, like, I don't know, 30 seconds ago, once I get to the point where I was in any kind of field goal range, I would have just kicked the field goal and then try the outside kick because you don't have the time. And they took up way too much time at the end there. So a bullet was dodged in the sense that, we potentially almost gave up the game with. We could have fucked it up. We could have fucked it up with that after that fourth down conversion fail, because they took advantage of it right away and got a touchdown. But we were able to methodically move down the field and score. And methodically is the theme of the day, because, I mean, look at these stats. We did not crack 100 yards of passing or rushing. In fact, Anthony Johnson had more rushing yards than Trudeau had passing. But he threw... I mean, as much as Trudeau did not have a brilliant day passing, he got that pass to Langhorne when it mattered most. And we won the game. It was on the back of our ground attack and our defense. The only touchdown that they got was on a short field, or a shortened field. It was around midfield. You look at their stats. Boomer Esiason had 104 passing yards. That's the biggest. That's the. It's not really that. It's not a lot of passing yards, even by Tecmo standards. But it was still, look at everybody's stats. That was one of the more standout statistics, I guess. So, it just speaks to how much, and I called it earlier, how much of a Smash Mouth game that needed to be, and how much of a Smash Mouth game that it was. Anyway, let's take a look at the rest of the week. The Packers beat the Broncos, the Rams lose to the Steelers, the Bills beat the Seahawks, The Browns lose to the Chargers. The Bengals lose to the Oilers. The Redskins lose to the Giants. The Chiefs lose to the Raiders. And that will do it. So, where the hell? Are we here? Do we have... Oh, no. They're right in the middle of the week. There we are. Buffalo and the Colts, just like I brought up earlier, although I wasn't entirely sure. But there it is. We're only a game back, so a win. I mean, it's their point differential is a lot larger now than it was before. So a win wouldn't even be enough to get first place. And having these the games like we just had, winning 14-6 doesn't help matters too much. I mean, it helps in the fact that we didn't give up as many. But look, I mean, the Bills haven't even given up 100 points. Has anybody given up less than 100 points? Nobody. So the Bills, of course, the team that we're trying to catch up with, has given up the least amount of points. I mean, when you have a perfect record, which nobody else has, right? Just a quick glance through. Yeah, they're the only undefeated team left in the league. And 284. Does anybody score that many? All right, so the Cowboys have scored more. And the 49ers have 307. All right, so the team that we are trying to catch up to in the standings by hook or by crook, whether it's record or point, the point differential, we might have to break a tie with them by point differential, and they've given up the least amount of points, and they've scored the third most points. So that just goes to show, even if we had won that game against Washington, we'd still be in second place right now. Although we would be playing for first place by our lonesome next week. And, it's only a few weeks ago, the point differential wasn't that far off. So, they really just started scoring a shitload of points in those games. But whatever, it's 1 week at a time. We made it to the Super Bowl as a wild card team last year. So, I mean, I would like to win the division and everything like that. But 1 week at a time. We're only halfway through the season, or just about over halfway through the season. We'll take a look. We shuffled around through the standings, but let's take a look at them, in more in depth. So, Bills, of course, 9-0. We're 8-1. Dolphins are, like I said at the beginning of before the game started, at 5-5. They're not out of the mix entirely. You got the Steelers and Oilers tied at 6-3 apiece, and then, wow, the Seahawks are in last place at 4-5, but everybody else in the whole division is 5-4. So it's a 5-horse race right now in that division. This one's a little more on the top-heavy side. The Cowboys and Giants both 7-2. The Eagles aren't. Look out for them. That's a good team, but it's such a tough division. I don't see them doing anything besides getting a wild card. And while the Vikings are now, they've certainly met their match in the Packers. The Vikings won the division the last 2 seasons in the 2 seasons prior that we've done this Tecmo Tuesday deal. The Packers look like they're going to challenge them for the throne. And then the 49ers are running away with this division now. They are on a major winning streak, and everybody else is just looking up at them per usual. So this is it. Next week, we've got to get Jeff George back for this next game. We've got to get him back. It's imperative. I mean, we can't be putting up 50-some yards passing and expect to keep up with the Bills' offense. It's just not going to happen. And then It's like any chance we have at the division, in all likelihood, is going to rest upon um, our beating them in this game, and then probably in the season finale too. If we want to have a chance at it in that game, if we want that game to mean something, we got to beat them in this first one at least. So that'll be it for this week. And in case I didn't bring it up before, but I think I mentioned it in an earlier video, I'm not doing the highlight clips anymore. It's just a little. As much as I like them, they're a little bit too much of a production. So I'm just just gonna go through with the games instead. Maybe in the off season, maybe I'll do a full season highlight package of some kind, because I did say I was gonna take a break from it in for a little while in between seasons. So maybe I'll work on that or something on the side and do a full scope of the season rather than breaking it down half and half. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's for another time. But that's it for this week. I'll see you next time.